It looks like the GFL may be in trouble. Yesterday, it was reported that they have canceled their first 2 events, and there are serious doubts about the promotion moving forward. Ariel Helwani reached out to the owner, Darren Owen. He said, "Working on a solution. My main investor didn't fulfill his April obligation, which has caused a problem. I'll keep you posted, but I believe we will be able to work through it. I think we can make it happen for June. Additionally, I don't foresee the event taking place in California, but we absolutely will keep pushing forward. I think we're going to have to push the dates to June 15th, 16th. I'll confirm ASAP. It's been a frustrating week, but I think there's a solution in place." Dylan Dennis claims that his fight against Tony Ferguson is still on. He wrote, "Just got word. Don't believe everything you hear. My fight with Tony Ferguson is still on." PFL owner Don Davis gave his reaction to this situation. He wrote, "Building global MMA company. Easy to talk, hard to do. PFL delivered premium products 7 years, 110 events, 225 million fighter purses paid." Jean Silva thinks that Bryce Mitchell hasn't been the same since that brutal knockout loss to Josh Emmett. He says it might have messed up his brain. Silva also responded to Bryce saying that he treats him like total shit and says after their fight this weekend, Bryce may retire. He went on to say he's fought Ilia Topuria. He beat Edson Barbosa, Dan Ige. Everything was going good until that knockout. Until he got knocked out by Josh Emmett, and I think that really messed up his brain and his emotions, and everything just kind of went wrong. You can tell that he's not looking at this the same way that he used to look at it before. It just really messed him up. So the fight's going to go. He's going to try to take me down. I'm going to defend. I'm going to throw some shots at his head. Might knock him out in the first, in the second. We'll see. But maybe he'll need to retire after this because he's going to have some brain damage after this one. I never disrespected him as a fighter, his skills or his abilities. He's fought really tough guys in the UFC, but it actually upsets me that he can believe whatever he wants to believe. But it upsets me that he doesn't see the position that he's in as a public person and doesn't mind his words and disrespects people and children and everything else. He talks a lot about God, but he wears a t-shirt with God with guns around him. So that makes no sense to me. It's a lot of contradictions. It's crazy. We're not even fighting for the title and we're getting all this attention. I'm glad that Bryce notices that. I've got to give credit where credit is due. But look at me, 5 fights in the UFC. Can you imagine the noise when I fight for the title? Merab Dvalishvili says he would be open to a super fight at featherweight, however not against Alexander Volkanovski because the two are friends. Marab adds that Volk would not be an easy matchup for him and admits that he's the better fighter.
So you're right, it's different. Like now Ilya move up, and but there is Alexander Volkanovski, you know. First I love him, you know, I respect him so much, and I never want to fight him. And the second of all, you know, I don't think I don't think it's easy fight against him. You know, so he's way better than me. So, but I'm like, I would like to take super fights. You know, I don't want. You know, I'm fine with that. You know, if UFC needs me on there is some super fights, I would like to take it. Even if I have to move up weight class, I will take it.
While cutting weight for his upcoming fight against Paddy Pimblett, Michael Chandler shares a quote-unquote veteran move with other MMA fighters.
All right, guys, it's mealtime. We got a cold 6-ounce New York strip with Romesco. And the tip on fight week that is a veteran move that a lot of people aren't willing to do is you take it cold, you dip it, and you eat it by hand. The only way you don't fight week is to eat it by hand. Okay? You're not sitting down, you're not dining, you're not making an experience. You get the food, you dip it, nice and cold. Just came out of the refrigerator. Cold, a little bit hard, makes you feel alive. Makes you feel a little bit like an animal. Makes you feel like you're about to go inside that cage and rip someone's face off. Cold steak. God bless. See you at the top.
Yair Rodriguez says he plans to defeat Patricio Pitbull this weekend and then hopefully fight for the featherweight title next. He believes Pitbull's game plan is to try to close the distance, take him down, or hold him up against the cage.
It's something that I talked to the UFC about as well. Maybe after this fight, you know, having the win on Saturday, fighting for the championship is the goal, right? So I don't have anything else on mind. Obviously, that's the main focus, and I'm rooting for that. I mean, it's like super simple. You know, this is not like a brainer. It's a no-brainer for like all the fans, for all the people out there. He's shorter than me. He has less reach, and the only thing he can do is close distance. As everybody else on the division will try to do with me, is to close distance, try to take me down, put me against the cage, and do something like that, you know. And my strategy obviously will be the opposite, you know. And who's able to play the strategy best during that day in the fight, that's who's gonna take the win.
Petr Yan recently called out Umar Nurmagomedov. He posted this to his Instagram. He wrote 5 rounds. Let's do it. My desire to fight for the belt. At the moment, the top 5, the top 10, almost everyone is occupied, and there is no desire to wait for half a year. Umar, I hope you fixed your scratches. Let's go. So it looks like this fight will not be happening just yet. Yan followed up saying Umar is not ready. I hope there will be a worthy challenge for June or July. Umar responded saying, as much as I want to, I'll only be able to fight in October. Fighting with an injured hand is stupid. I'll come back when I'm 100% healthy. Paddy Pimblett makes a bold statement ahead of his fight against Michael Chandler. He says he's not nervous or feeling any pressure because he knows he's going to win. Paddy is confident he will knock Chandler out.
I know people are going to be saying after this to stop calling me a prospect and start calling me a contender once I win. No such thing as pressure, lad. You know what I mean? What's the point in being nervous when you know you're going to win? That's the way I look at things. This is the biggest fight in my life, but it's just a fight. You know what I mean? People put too much on it and build it up too much, where for me it's just a fight. It's just a glorified sparring session. That's all it is. Feel great, you know what I mean? I've never felt this good going into a fight, to be honest. Feel sharp, weight on point, best shape I've ever been in. So I know it's very cliche, everyone always says that. No, that's a fact. He's not going to try it. Well, unless he loses his marbles and tries to take me down, I don't think he's going to take me down. I think he knows I outmatch him on the floor. I can see this being a bit of a striking contest, and I think he thinks he's just going to wade in and knock me out. You know what I mean? He thinks because he's fought Poirier and Charles and Gaethje that he didn't get knocked out by them, that he won't get knocked out by me, when I have a completely different style to them. They stood there and tried to brawl with him. You know what I mean? And I come in with a game plan. I come in to do certain things in fights, and that's what I'll do to Chandler, and I really can't see myself knocking him out. I don't know. In the past, I've never been able to stay mindful. I've just bit down and begun shield and started swinging, but I know that his fight IQ isn't the best. It's one of his worst attributes, and I've got good fight IQ, and as I say, we've game planned for this fight. We've watched loads of tape, studied them. I don't see any way I lose unless he lands a big lucky Hail Mary shot on the chin, and I'm not going to let that happen.
Justin Gaethje wants to fight Islam Makhachev for the lightweight title in June. In an interview with the Schmo, Gaethje said, I'm ready to fight in June. I think Islam said he wants to fight in June. I'm hoping I get that call sooner rather than later. Oliveira already lost to Islam. Sarukian really f***ed it up. I don't think they want to give it to him. I can see them giving it to Topuria. We'll see what they do. Even though his only loss came from Shavkat Rakhmonov, Ian Garry says Jeff Neal has been his toughest opponent thus far. The two fought in February 2024, with Ian winning via split decision. He reveals that the night they fought, he weighed in at 182 pounds. Jeff Neal was 202 pounds.
It was my hardest opponent. My hardest opponent was Jeff Neal. Reason being is the guy hits like a truck, and he's an absolute unit of a man. In California, you have to mandatory test your weight again the night of the fight. So you have to stand on the scales in your boxes the night of the fight so they can check the rehydration. I was like 182 or something ridiculously light because I didn't want to gain a lot of weight. I wanted to be fast, like a hummingbird. Jeff Neal was 202 pounds. The guy was an absolute machine. I hit him in that fight clean. I kneed him in the face like 6 times clean. I've seen people drop like a sack of spuds all across the world, like they've been shot when I kicked him in the body. I kicked that man as clean as a clean gets, and he went, ugh. And I knew at that moment it was going to be a long night. He was by far my toughest opponent mentally and physically in that octagon.
Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo disagree once again on their picks for UFC 314. Usman believes Alexander Volkanovski will get the win, while Cejudo is siding with Diego Lopez. Cejudo points to Volk's recent knockout losses as a major factor, saying that getting finished like that can change a fighter. He believes the body starts to shut down when it takes similar shots again.
Like you did mention, he is 3 for 4. He's had lost 3 of his last 4. But if that Alexander shows up and he's still motivated, I don't see how he doesn't get it done over a young, aggressive guy like Diego Lopez. I don't see how he doesn't get it done. So I'm going to go with Alexander Volkanovski here.
Okay, I would 100% disagree with you, but it's this ding, 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 ding. Like, you remember, like a knockout, when you get knocked out, it's the body protecting itself from saying, hey, man, like, I got to protect myself from danger, so I'd rather go out. So it's not up to Volkanovski now. Like, once you get clipped like that and you're out, like, his body's just going to, boom, react. It's going to protect itself. And Diego Lopez, dude, what he was able to do to Brian Ortega, bro, and put the hands on him, how he did. So even if Volkanovski does decide to take him down, bro, he could be in trouble against Lopez. Lopez is going to throw everything out in the sun.
I agree. He's ultra dangerous everywhere in the fight. But
I got Lopez, bro.
Conor McGregor will be tuning in this weekend for UFC 314. Conor posted footage of him hitting pads. He wrote, I am interested in the Chandler versus Pimblett fight this weekend.
I'm not interested in this one. Yeah, I know, but I'm just here. Yeah, I'm really interested.
Merab Dvalishvili hopped on the morning routine trend. Since his 4th round submission loss to Sean Brady, Leon Edwards has been completely off of social media. Leon has also not done any interviews since the fight. He broke his silence last night by posting this to his Instagram. He wrote, still him, hashtag Mr. Headshot, hashtag win or learn. It seems that many fans have turned on Leon. The comment section is pretty brutal. Nah bro, not him anymore. Nah bro, that loss hurts. Put the fries in the bag bro. Just pour the tea in the cup bro. And nah bro, you literally proved you ain't him no more. Israel Adesanya picks Bryce Mitchell to defeat Jean Silva at UFC 314. Go check out Izzy's full breakdown of UFC 314 on his YouTube channel. Links in the description.
Because look, this is the UFC, but the fans still act like it's the WWE. They pick who's goody, who's the baddie, who's the good guy, who's the heel. And right now you're in that position, so just relish in it and everything else and go for the win. I'm gonna go Bryce. Because of the experience. But look, I will not be surprised if John goes in there and just does work. Because Bryce, good striker, but sometimes when his striking he can't manage the distance properly, he starts to shoot from a distance that isn't really gonna get the most success. And Jean, even from that little clip, I love the way he manages his distance. He was able to just find it. Yeah. And right now there's a little bit of beef. It's kind of cool to see because it's gonna get them heated up. But just off experience, I'm gonna go Bryce because he's been in there with some of the best. Even though he's lost, it's just experience. And Bryce is no joke, man. But I won't be surprised if John takes this one out. But Official bet, I'm gonna go Bryce Mitchell.
Method of victory?
I'm gonna go decision. I'm gonna go decision.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's in reference to Magomed Ankalaev saying that he may be rematching Alex Pereira in Chicago in August. It's from Worm Ate the Bird. It says Big Ank doesn't even know he has social media. The second one's from Sean Zot Shamali. Says there's literally a 0% chance Big Ank knows about deep dish pizza. And the final one's from Roll Forever 88. It's in reference to Demetrius Johnson saying that he believes Paddy Pimblett will be a UFC champion one day. It says, I'm surprised DJ believes Paddy will be champion. I like Paddy and recognize his improvements, but in that lightweight division, dude is full of insanely supreme talent. Just don't think he cuts the mustard in the striking and cardio. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.